Yeah, let's go there, and then we'll talk about the game development side of things a little bit more in just a second. But let's talk about another new feature. We just talked about the inertia system as a potential new feature, right? This game, they like to add a lot of new features, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. We're going to talk about this whole vertical slice thing. That's a game development concept in just a minute, and it's going to help explain this. But right now, we want to talk about this new feature that I think it'd be really cool to see in the game of Tarkov, because it's a thing in like squad. Like I said before, Sidu and I, we both play a decent amount of squad, and when a teammate goes down or there's a body, you can go up and you can essentially drag the body to somewhere else, right? I think this is really interesting for Tarkov, personally. Now, I'd like to start with just being able to drag general bodies, dead players, okay? Let's say you kill a looted guy or just anybody, but if they're out in the open, that generally happens, because generally when you sometimes you kill people in covered areas, but not as often as you kill people in exposed areas. That's why you killed them. That's why they're dead, because they were exposed, generally, right? So generally going to loot the body is tough because it's in this really exposed area, and especially if you're a solo player, you have no one to cover you. So if I'm playing solo, like on my hardcore Tarkov and everything, I just look at it, I'm like, all right, it's been fun. I just got to go for it. If I die, I die. And I think this would potentially help those situations if I could just drag the body out. I have to go to the body. I still have to go out to the exposed area, but I can just drag it away, right? And it could be slow and everything. It could take the process, but I'd like to drag it around to a better spot where I can go loot it there, And it doesn't sound too complicated to add, so I think that could be interesting to see. I'd like to get your guys' opinions on that, and then I'll even bring it a step further in just a second. So, either Sidu or Sieglum, what do you guys think?
Definitely, man. I for sure think that, you as a PMC should be able to be the swamp thing that you are and drag your kill back into the depths of the swamp, you know what I mean? You should be able to just, take them over to where you're nice and comfortable, to examine their, loot, follow through their things, see what they're packing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just want to make some, crazy looking, dead corpse rooms. Like, somebody will open the door and then accidentally just find my stash.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, man. That'd be epic.
This is my kill room, the den. This Chad's about to be back to add to the pile. I need to get out of here.
Dude, it does add some fun clippage moments. I don't see many downsides to this, guys. It doesn't sound too complicated.
And you could hide your kills. So if you're over here, you killed some scavs in a resort, and you're over here looting upstairs. If someone comes in, they see a dead scavs, they're like, okay, someone's right in here, for sure.
Yeah, it does add.
So that'd be pretty neat if you could just hide scav bodies, hide the evidence.
Well, and it seems like Tarkov does have that element of realism, and it's like if I was going into a real raid and stuff, I might want to be tactical and sneaky and stuff like that, and dragging bodies is generally something, if you think about a Sam Fisher, Tom Clancy games and stuff, like those spy, sneaky things, you're always able to drag the bodies out, you don't want to give yourself away. And there's a portion of that in this game. The moment somebody knows you're around in the area, you lose a little bit of your edge, so I think it'd be pretty cool. Expanding on dragging bodies, you said it wouldn't be that hard, but BSG would have to add an entire new, better ragdoll system. Yeah, no, I hear you. You're right, and I think it's not the focus right now. I definitely wouldn't say that this should be added right this moment. I think this is more of we're discussing features for the future, and again, we will get to this in a moment. I'll probably even talk about it next, about the whole game development side of things and when it comes to building these features out and stuff. But this is just us kind of throwing things in the air. We know BSG wants to complete a lot of features, and there's still a lot of time left in the game, so this will be something that's cool to see. They're updating the engine. They do have to add an entire new, better ragdoll system, potentially. But they already have some form of ragdoll system, and I've been in game development, and I've seen things like this developed. And I don't think the dragging the body part is the problem. I think the networking thing is the question. What would that add to the server and to the network? And I honestly don't know the answer to that as much. But in terms of within the game, just being able to drag the bodies, it would take time to develop, but it's in a lot of games. It's in a lot of Unity games even. They could definitely figure it out. But yeah, the question would be the networking. I don't know how it would change, because I don't know what their netcode is like. it wouldn't seem like it would change a whole lot to me, but you never know. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and well, wasn't there one more point I wanted to make about that? Let me see. Oh, okay, all right. Let's bring it one more step further. Since we're talking about future features way out there in the distance, right? If we had this dragging body things, I know people have talked about this, at other times. How would we feel about like having the defibrillators actually able to revive players in certain moments? Like, let's say again, Sea-Doo brought up a good point earlier when I was talking to him before the stream. Like, if you get leg meta'd, and maybe there's a certain chance it just doesn't hit an artery or something, but you're just out of the game or something. But you're not so messed up that you're not quote unquote completely dead, and if somebody could drag you, win the fight, drag you, and use a defib or something to bring you back to life, just so you're not completely gone. But if you get headshot or something like that, or there's maybe a little bit of an RNG in there, you're dead. What would you guys think about that? I'm not lobbying for this. At all, guys. I'm not saying they should add this. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just bringing the idea to the table and adding on to the dragging bodies. So yeah, what do you guys think?
I definitely want a defibrillator in the game. Being able to respawn your teammates, like we said earlier, like this will require pretty much a rework of how the game works, because right now you just die and go to the thing. So not exactly sure how it would work. It also needs some sort of cue, like how do I know I could revive this person if they get shot in the head and they're not able to be like maybe breathing, they like crying in pain, or maybe still bleeding or something. I don't know. They'd have to figure that out. But either being able to revive your teammates or being able to use them like a stun gun. I don't care. I just want to be able to use the defibrillator some way.
What if you could critically wound your enemy, right? And then you take all their stuff, their guns and stuff, and then you pick them back up with the defibrillator, and then you just
just to act them again.
You just have some content right there to be made.
You can pick up enemy players. Like Segan was saying too, again, you'd have to be a way to tell if they were still alive or not. So, I mean, obviously maybe they'd be able to tell you in Discord, like, hey, I'm not actually dead or something. But it would be funny if it like sent you out of the menu and then just brought you back into the game. But that wouldn't make sense in terms of the game development. But that'd be funny. But yeah, maybe you could like check their pulse or something, or there's an in-game sound cue, like you said. I think it'd be really interesting. It would change the game, So I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Well, if there's
adding
like
revivals,
a pain threshold for your character, bro.
A pain threshold?
Yeah, like what if somebody caused so much pain to you that you went on the floor? You know what I mean? You're just like immobilized.
That's me every race.
That's really, you know what I mean? People definitely feel pain and can definitely like quit making them want to do anything, except lie on the floor.
Quick, I have to take the ibuprofen real quick. Feel better from those gunshots.
PTSD?
Now I can go. Yeah.
You have to actually go to therapist to see her in the.
It'd be neat.
Oh man! All right, well that's an interesting conversation. Let's go ahead and move on. But yeah, chat. Let us know what you guys think. Comments. Interesting. We love talking about these. Like we like to fantasize about these things. It's a fun game, Tarkov. We wanted to see it go to cool places, and it's kind of fun to talk about that kind of stuff. I'm gonna take 5 seconds of your day to say we have streams on Twitch and YouTube. We have a Discord. Link is in the description below, and please drop a like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.